Let's see how your money's doing on Wall Street today. Midweek, hump day, if you will. Let's go ahead and check with the Newsmax Director of Financial Newsletters. Jeff Yastine checks in. We'll get the news here. First of all, Jeff, what's happening with the stock exchange?
Mildly higher. The Dow's up about 20 points. The S&P 500 up 6, and the Nasdaq up 9 points or so. So if you talk about the hump day, looks like stocks are moving over that hump for today anyway.
Should we really look for anything special here, Jeff, or anything going towards the end of the year? We only have a few weeks actually of trading that's going to be active here, and most people sort of go to sleep at this time of year business-wise. So, but on Wall Street this year in the economic climate that we're in right here, do you see anything we should be looking for?
I have to tell you, I don't, and that sounds crazy to say with stocks at the levels they are here, but you know, as you said, there's not going to be that much news out there, and there really isn't that much trading activity even on Wall Street. A lot of people already filtering away from their desks, and you know, people are closing the books on this year. So if we're going to see big moves, I expect we'll see that really, you know, in that first week of January, if we're talking about really near-term stuff, if this is all just an illusion, what we're seeing here. But to see stocks somehow move down in some significant way at this point of the year would be rare indeed. Not saying it wouldn't happen, but it would be very rare.
People have to get out of their holiday coma first. All right, let's go ahead and get to some news here. The U.S. dollar hits a 5-year high against several different currencies. Looks like at least the United States doesn't have to worry about a slowing global economy.
This is just one of those things where you have to kind of scratch your head after seeing where the dollar was 5 years ago, the last time it was making these highs, and what the stock market was doing. The stock market was bottoming back in March of 2009, and here the dollar is at these same levels after having plummeted much further in the intervening 5 years, and now, of course, on this big rally. A lot of this has to do with oil prices. Oil is priced in dollars, is taking fewer dollars to buy a barrel of oil. So the dollar is strengthening in value. That's one factor. The slowing economy in Europe and in the problems in Japan where they're debasing the currency, again, that's pushing investors towards buying the dollar as well. Enjoy it while it lasts. It just depends on what we see with the energy prices and, of course, whatever rebound, if one comes, in Europe and Japan.
Here's a scary thought. If you're flying Lufthansa, the flights are going to be staffed by volunteer pilots now because they're on strike for the second time within a few weeks. Not looking good at all for Lufthansa, and I don't know if I'd still want to fly with volunteer pilots at the helm.
I know, it makes you kind of scratch your head there. The bigger story here is that the whole situation we've seen in our own airline sector in the U.S. with discount carriers driving the price further and further down, that's what Europe is going through. You have discount carriers like Ryanair, which is sort of like the Spirit Airlines of Europe. And the bigger carriers, we've seen this with Air France, their pilots have walked out on strike at one point a month or two ago. And now Lufthansa, because Lufthansa wants to start its own discount wing or discount branch of its airline. And of course, the higher paid pilots, the legacy part of the airline, are very worried about their pay scales because they know what happened to pilots, again, from the legacy carriers back some years ago as the discount carriers in this country really took hold.
30 seconds, real quick. Luxottica makes a lot of the fashion and sports eyewear. They sign a deal with Intel. Is that maybe going to portend a fight against Google Glass?
Not really, and the reason why is because Luxottica is actually in on the Google Glass deal as well. They signed a contract in March of this year in which they are going to collaborate with Google on that development. If anything, it just shows you that the whole trend towards getting chips embedded in your eyewear to do one thing or another, that's something that's going to happen in the future. It may happen more slowly or faster. It just remains to be seen.
And more traffic accidents along the way. There you go. That's exactly what will happen. All right, Jeff, thanks so much. Have a great day. We'll see you on Thursday.
Thanks, Ed.
All right, don't forget, if you want to find out what's happening, go to Newsmax.com, click on the Money tab. The Money tab will take you to Newsmax Money. You can read what Jeff and the group are doing right there and keep up on everything 24/7. Also, be sure to visit fircollapse.com and talk about a covert plan there that could unleash financial havoc. Also, be sure to get your copy of the Warren Buffett's Next Door book by visiting FIR411.com. Okay, it's a nation we send billions of dollars to every year, and we're still not so sure we can trust them. It's not the country that you may think off the top of your head, but we'll talk about it right here on MidPoint, where every day we question everything.